How has fall camp this summer gone, man? Because we haven't got a chance to talk to you. So just how do you feel like things have gone so far, and where you're at, here about a week and a half till you guys play SFA.
Summer's been good. Fall camp's been good. Everybody's been working real hard, coming together as a team.
Did the time you missed set you back very much, or how do you feel you've called back up?
No, I don't think it set me back at all. I think the coach has done a good job of keeping me updated on everything and really keeping me in everything.
Can you talk about the competition at that X position and what it's been like? Coach just commented on it, how it's been pretty highly competed there.
Competition's been great. That's something you want. We're going to push each other, and I think that's how we get the best out of each other, and we're going to be the best team that way.
What have you seen from Rusty Witt and what he's brought to this program? I know you've kind of seen. I don't know if Chad Dennis was here when you first got here or not. I can't remember that far back, but just how have you seen the program change, I guess, under Rusty?
I wasn't here obviously when the old strength staff was here, but Coach Wiz has been great. He's really changed things around. He's held guys more accountable. He's really pushed guys and got guys to do a lot of things they didn't think they could do.
Saw that high box jump of yours this spring. Rusty have anything to do with that?
Yeah, just again getting guys to do things that they didn't think they could do.
So that was his idea more so than yours?
I wouldn't say it was his idea. He probably wouldn't want me doing it, but yeah.
Since you've gotten here, I guess, what was kind of maybe the thing you didn't expect that was maybe the hardest thing to adjust to, and maybe the things that you had to kind of overcome right when you got here?
Adjusting, I wouldn't say it was too much adjusting because I've already been at a Division I college before, so it's kind of just getting back into the groove of things,
What was it that caused you to leave Iowa?
That was just it was a tough situation there. I just didn't feel comfortable. I just wanted something better.
Did playing time have anything to do with it, or?
Not at all.
How nice is it to be in an offense, though, that spreads it out and throws it around a lot? I'm sure that was attractive when you first decided like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Coach Kingsbury does a great job at making sure everybody's getting the ball, and he does a real good job at that.
Two more. What's it been like kind of building a relationship with Patrick and having him football?
Me and Pat are real close. We hang out pretty much every day. Just pretty close.
Same thing with Nick. Since you're boys at Iowa, what's that been like? Kind of getting back with him and having a guy you already knew around.
He's my roommate. I'm always with him. It's just he's like my brother. I'm real close with his family and stuff. Good relationship.
About that overall.
I think it's always good whenever the defense scores on turnovers. I think the energy is getting better and better every week, so I'm pretty proud of the whole group, offensively and defensively.
Who are some of the young linebackers that have stuck out to you since freshman?
Jordan Brooks, for sure. He's repping with the ones and the twos right now. He's out there balling out. He doesn't panic out there, and it's always good to see. Braden Stringer's always doing a good job, and as you know, Piconi and Devontae Hinton are maturing even faster just because, I kind of have to grow up, and with Piconi coming in earlier, he's out there showing off too. So, it's always good to have young players out there running around to the ball.
What impresses you about Jordan?
I think his size. He's big. He's starting to get used to it a little bit more, and just him adjusting to the speed of playing college ball instead of just being in high school. Most of the time, you're probably bigger than everybody. Now he's still a big kid, and he can run to the ball, and he has an eye for the ball, and he has a good motor. So Jordan's going to be a really good football player coming in the future.
What about Luke Stice? He has experience, unlike the younger guys. What do you see in him?
Luke Stice is a blue-collar kid. Like I said, another high-motor person. He's always to the ball. He be on the opposite side of the field, and he'll still be on the tackle. He's not the type that'll just be outside of the crowd. He's always in the pack. So it's always good to have players like that. Try to have everybody on the defense that way.
What got scrimmage to the defense Saturday?
We had an awesome scrimmage, in my opinion. I think we were out there tackling. We just try to get better on something. Coach Fav always emphasizes on fixing at least two things every day. And I think just tackling as a whole defensive unit was awesome. I feel like, we still have a lot more things to get better at, but I think we are taking a step forward every day and every week. At least we try to. So I think that's the one big positive thing as the whole defense takes the field. So.
You mentioned scoring off of turnovers earlier. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Caused fumbles, like Coach Gibbs always emphasizes on stripping the ball. We had a caused fumble. Deshaun picked it up, took it to the house. Towards the end of the scrimmage, we had R.J. Hester pick 6. We scored on that one, so it's always good to create turnovers and, of course, score touchdowns at the end of it.
Is RJ safety or corner?
He is a corner. But I think Coach Gibbs tries to have all the DBs just play both. So
It ended in an interception, right?
interception, pick 6, yes sir.
I know we've asked you about it before, but when it comes to Rusty Witt, what's the biggest difference that you can tell physically from yourself when you're on the field? I mean, you feel like you can last a lot longer than previously?
Oh yeah, I'm physically and mentally in top-notch shape right now. I feel like, just me gaining about 20 pounds, I can take on linemen way longer than what I could have done compared to last year. Just me running and being in shape, I can run more reps. Just on and off the field, I'm just ready. Like my coach always asks me, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready. Just put me out there." So, Coach Witt, he builds tough people, physically and mentally. So it's always good to have Coach Witt out there yelling out too. So it's cool.
I assume you can tell from other teammates out there just transformations in their bodies and things that they've been able to have on.
Definitely, we're gonna be, if not bigger than everybody else, I think we're gonna be up to par, and I feel like we're gonna be ready. Fourth quarter, when it comes fourth quarter, end of the game, we plan on dominating the whole game, but come fourth quarter overtime, we're gonna be ready. So.
Was there times last year you felt like a smaller team?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Getting off the bus?
Yeah, I mean, me for sure. Like just me playing linebacker, I felt like I wasn't a linebacker size, but I feel like after being with Coach Witt and his staff, I feel like all the linebackers are over 220 and we're ready to roll. So.
Really, it just comes down to us doing what Coach Gibbs tells us to do and being disciplined, and that's what Coach Witt taught us over the offseason, just being disciplined, taking care of our job. That way, moving into the season, we all take care of each other, and linebackers can get easy tackles. So, I mean, it's very simple. We just have to do our job. That's what Coach Gibbs tells us every day.
Are you working straight tackle right now, or are you getting any end reps?
I've been moving around a lot in camp. And rush, tackle, not too much nose, but I mean, who knows? I played it last year before I got hurt, so I mean, it's really an open game for anything.
You don't put in speed rush packages yet?
No, sir, not yet. We haven't really got into any of that. We're supposed to start game week tomorrow, so we'll get into that later.
Do you feel more comfortable with either one of those spots, or just kind of just?
Honestly, whatever gets me on the field, that's really what matters, and I'm just happy to be out there to help my team. I mean, I've been waiting for a long time to be on the field, going through the surgery, and I'm just really excited to be out there and be a part of the team. So it doesn't matter where they put me, I'm going to give my all every single play.
What do you think's been maybe the biggest difference or thing you've noticed about this year's defensive line as opposed to the last couple ones you've been on?
I would say the camaraderie. We are a family now. We take care of each other. We go hang out together, and I think that's the biggest thing, because when we're out there on the field, it's tough out there, and us knowing that we're a family, that we're there for each other, knowing that we're there for each other in our gaps, that makes a big difference, because we can trust those guys next to us, and we can go out there and fight on Saturdays, get ready for that too.
Taylor, what's the biggest difference that you can tell physically just due to the training with Rusty Witt this offseason?
I mean, it's very simple: bigger, better, faster. I mean, we had Coach Witt. Coach Witt was big on strength, but we also had Coach Salwasser, I would call him like a genius when it comes to speed training. He was really big on that. So I think that we've not only gotten bigger and stronger, but also faster. And it's showing out there on the field, because I feel like there's a lot more competition in camp and in practice, and we have guys coming after each other harder than the past 3 years that I've been here. So I'm really excited about this season going into that.
Malik, you kind of mentioned that you felt like you guys were just a smaller team getting off the bus when you walked into most stadiums last year. I mean, would you concur with that
Yeah, I would agree with him. You know, the past years we have been the smaller. We would pride ourselves in the speed because we were a little bit smaller, but I think that now we can compete with anybody. And especially with the mental aspect of it, there's no one that we can't go out there and compete against. So I'm really excited to get after it this season and go. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. You know, we're gonna keep our mental mindset the same every single game.
Speaking of speed training a moment ago, you still run the hurdles?
Yes, sir. I can still run the hurdles. My coaches actually are really surprised with my flexibility because I'm like about 265 right now, and I can still kick like I used to, kicking over a hurdle.
Have you actually even done it since you've been up here anytime?
Not ran like 100 hurdles, but I've jumped over them. So I know I could do them, but probably not as fast. It's way too heavy.
Because you're like 14s or so, weren't you, when you were in high school?
14, yes, sir. I think my best time was like a 14-1, but I strained my hamstring in regionals my senior year. So it was God saying I need to be playing football.
Of course, you were what, about 200 at that time?
At the most 200, probably about 190 during track. Yes, sir.
1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
1A, 1B, something like that.
Giles will start, and then we just rotate in with the ones every couple plays.
What's that competition kind of been like, man, and just what's that relationship been like with you two guys?
We have a great relationship. He's kind of like my little brother, like best friend type thing. Competition's great. We're always pushing each other to the limits. I mean, out there on the field, in the weight room, that sort of thing.
Why do you think it is that he's kind of made the jump he has here in the last 6-7 months?
He's fast. He's gotten a lot better. Y'all will see whenever Saturdays come around.
Have you been able to go every day, or have they held you back some days to keep your knee kind of protected?
I have some days where I take it a little bit easier than I do on other days, but the last week or so I've been going every day.
How has it felt?
Not good lately.
Talking about competition, you mentioned Tony and Derek Van rotating in. Can you talk about the transfers? What you've seen out of them?
Derek Willis is a big presence. I mean, he's a long guy and can go get the ball. He's got good hands. Daquan's done well. He's a, I guess, more versatile player, shorter. I mean, he plays like me, except for faster. He's good, ball in his hands, and he's still getting into the flow of the system and stuff like that, but he's done pretty well this camp.
Is it just a noticeable difference on the outside, the length, the wingspan of the guys that y'all have going up and catching footballs?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the freshman kids that we got brought in, Derek being the transfer, but I would have to say TJ Vasher, his wingspan is insane, and his hips go up to like the middle of my stomach, so he's a really long kick, and it's fun watching them make plays.
We've been hearing a lot about the improvement of the defense this year, mainly from the defensive guys, but would you corroborate that?
Yeah, most definitely. This camp, they've looked really good, the best I've seen them look since I've been here, so I'm really excited to get into the season.
That's a couple of the guys, but just physically, where do you see the biggest difference in what Rusty Witt has given you guys through this offseason? I mean, do you see a difference in how long you can last on the field and strength and conditioning, obviously?
I would for sure say size and strength. That'd be the biggest difference. I don't know how much weight we gained as a team, but it was a lot, and I think it's made a huge difference out on the field.
Malik had kind of mentioned that he felt like y'all were kind of beat off the bus a little bit, just from a size standpoint. I mean, would you agree with that standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yes. Going into games, I mean, there was teams that were a lot bigger than us, and I feel like now we match up just as well as anybody.
Ian, how do you handle kind of just, I mean, with what you've achieved so far in your career here, to be, at this stage, battling for a starting job or being behind jobs?
I mean, what I've done here has been fun, a good time, but when it comes down to it, the best player's got to play, and if it's Giles, it's Giles. If it's me, and I just want the best outcome for our team to be out on the field.
How much do you feel like just over this next couple weeks you kind of kick it back a little bit and just get ready for game week?
I'm very ready for game week, for camp to be over with. Just getting into game prep is just a nice feeling, and then getting into game days is a great feeling. So I'm ready for it to be here.
As far as your reps, though, do you feel like you churn those down a little bit?
Yeah.
And a little bit before
Yeah.
just to be healthy?
Yeah. I don't know when we'll start game prep, but once we do, the reps will slowly be cut down, and then the ones and twos will go, and then it'll just kind of be a refresher for our bodies.